Hi, Lime Green Squid here for Draw Muhammad Day. See, I've debated over whether I should really participate in this because as quick misunderstandings spread, this has been perverted from its original meaning. How ironic, especially since religions are based on that very concept today. Perversion of possibly their original meaning. This is about showing that we have freedom of speech, that our freedom of speech is more important than any faith or religious belief or custom, that we have the freedom to express ourselves so that, and just like others, we will give our opponent their freedom to express themselves. This is about showing that we are not afraid of cowardly violence committed towards people who make things as silly as drawing. If you're going to kill someone over a drawing, you're criminally insane and should be thrown into a mental asylum. But that's regardless of what religion you are. Either you're a small child who can't take any criticism, or you're a criminally insane adult who can't take any criticism. Put that violence away. That's not what we're about. But another thing is cropped up that we're also not about. Some people are just jumping on the bandwagon saying, fuck the Muslims, and screw the Muslims, nuke them all. That's not what this is about. I am not saying this at all. I am saying we have freedom of speech, and if anyone has a problem with that, screw you. Those specific people who have the violence in their minds against people who make a drawing. We're against you. We're also against those who say, fuck the Muslims and nuke them all. I do not condone that at all. But I will participate because the freedom of speech is more important than misunderstandings, especially since misunderstandings make hatred, and religions encourage misunderstandings that make the hatred. So that's why we want to destroy the misunderstandings. We have freedom of speech. I understand that this may offend some Muslims out there. If any of them are watching my video, I do apologize because, well, I don't mean to make you feel bad. If I make you feel bad, then I apologize. But just for drawing it, I don't apologize. For expressing my freedom of expression, my freedom of speech, that is more important than any belief that I or you may have. So, I did this drawing a while ago. I realize it is very disrespectful of the Prophet, but it goes to show exactly what these people who are who are willing to be violent over a drawing stand for. That they are just little impotent feeling losers who don't have the ability to question themselves and criticize themselves or their beliefs for childish fear that they will be punished by something. That's all I can really say. That, like he says, looking at his pants, well, maybe it'll look bigger after I declare war and death on all who wish to truly experience the joys of life. Because that seems to be all they really care about. Those flag-waving, gun-toting, screaming people that are willing to kill people because of a drawing of someone. If someone made a drawing, who do I worship? If someone made a, not worship, but highly respect. If someone made a drawing of George Carlin depicting him doing something stupid or embarrassing or horrifying, I wouldn't like the drawing if it was, George Carlin raping a little kid or something like that. That would be that's totally against George Carlin's character. But who am I to say that person doesn't have the right to draw that? Who am I to send a bomb over to get rid of that artist because he's inventing things on the page that are hateful to my highly respected leader. Not that I would call George Carlin my leader, but I have to say he is a great influence in a lot of the things of my life. But I'm not a child. I'm not a child anymore. And I don't think I'm criminally insane either. Um, but we're not children anymore. This whole schoolyard, I'm gonna beat you up because you drew a picture of my mom. That's the mentality. That's the exact mentality of it. So if you're gonna try to limit our freedom of speech with such a tiny, petty, hateful message as that, go away. We don't need you on this world. If you are one of the Muslims that does protest this Drawing Muhammad Day, there are peaceful protests. There are ways you can do this. We are fine with protest. You have the right to protest. This is part of the freedom of speech. I can make a drawing of Muhammad, and you can protest it. Just don't try to kill me, because that is cowardly. And again, we outnumber you. If you start attacking enough of us, someone is going to say, "Hey, back off." That's all we're saying. That's not a threat. That's just, a friendly warning. I'm not going to commit any violence to someone unless someone, say, comes to my house and bombs my house and I'm not there, or if I might want to kill someone after that. But I have no reason to get violent at this point in time. There's no reason for any of you to get violent at this point in time. This is not about hating you. This is about disrespecting dogmatic rejection of superior morals of freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom of exploration, so long as we don't hurt each other. As long as we don't hurt anyone who specifically doesn't ask to be hurt, because we know a lot of people like that kind of thing too. But that's basically it. That was my drawing. Take it or leave it. This is my stance. I have freedom of speech. If you're going to start bombing a whole bunch of us, then that proves that you are the child. You are the childish, immature, ignorant savage that you are. I'm not speaking of all Muslims. I'm speaking of only those specific Muslims and possibly specific just crazy people who want to kill someone who makes the drawing. Because you have to be kind of crazy just to kill someone for making a drawing. And, yeah. I probably stated everything over and over again. I tend to do that. But that's about it. My freedom of expression is more important than your faith to try to limit my freedom of expression. And if you want into this society and culture, you're going to have to integrate with that. We are not going to change for you.